Hello and welcome to the Animation Triad, your passport to the many worlds of animation. I'm your host, Stuart, and it is my pleasure, nay, my honor, to act as your guide to the world of animated films. With me, as usual, are my co-hosts.
Hello, my name is William, and I will be your host to all things Western animated.
Ahoy, ahoy! I'm Alex. I'll be your guide to all things anime and Far Eastern.
Together, we are the Animation Triad, and we will strive to introduce you to interesting animated films and series that, hopefully, you're unfamiliar with. Heck, even if you are familiar with them, maybe we can show them to you in something of a new light.
How this works will happen thusly. Each of us will take a turn a podcast to introduce to you an animated special of our own specialty.
And we will also have special segments, guest hosts, animated news, upcoming films, and other goodies to come.
So, without further ado, let the show begin. Hello and welcome to the Animation Triad. Today, we welcome you to a very special hardcore metal version!
That was me trying to do a metal instrument of my own making.
That's okay.
Which I'm sure in today's movie, it would be totally acceptable because...
Oh, entirely. It's the future. Anything is possible, especially when it's technically still the 80s in the future.
Yeah.
Apparently the 80s just never died. You know.
Very true.
No, man. 80s goes on forever.
Yeah.
So, the movie we are talking about today is Rock and Rule. Ooh, yes. The 1983 adult animated science fiction musical fantasy. Can we add in any more genres into that? Maybe possibly a road trip at one point? There was road trip.
There was a road trip montage.
Yeah, there was the power of friendship and love.
Power, friendship, and love.
Power of friendship.
Yes.
Yep.
This is just a fun little film, I find. But it's from Nirvana?
Nirvana?
Nirvana? N-E-L-V-A-N-A.
Nirvana, yeah. That's probably
pronunciation. I'm always horrible with pronunciations. We all know this. Okay. Now, this film has an interesting background. All right, so I think
is an understatement.
Yes, and to get a good understanding of it, I gotta tell you a little bit about the studio that created it.
Oh, yeah.
They were most famous for making animated TV movies.
Yeah.
During the 70s and till then.
Uh-huh.
This was their first full-length feature film they made.
Yeah.
And now here's the kicker.
Yo.
They turned down the chance to work on heavy metal to make this film.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Really?
Yes, this is a film. Rock and Roll, a lot of people call it a watered-down version of heavy metal.
I can see that.
Yes, I can see that too. It feels like something that would be a segment in heavy metal.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They actually turned down the chance to work on heavy metal to make this film.
Really?
Huh.
Yes.
Dedication to your projects.
Yeah. Didn't turn out well for them.
Yeah,
With a budget of $80 million, it only
what?
made...
For an animated film in this era, that is...
that might be... 8 million. 80 million, what am I saying?
80 million.
Sorry,
yeah.
I saw an extra zero. It was 8 million budget.
Numbers, letters, yeah...
Okay,
Remember-
I'm a thespian, alright? Numbers aren't my thing.
Remember, folks, theater students,
Yes.
not math students.
Clearly. But yeah, it had a budget of 8 million, and
Yeah,
its
okay.
box office take 30,000 roughly.
30?
Ooh.
Ow!
Ooh,
Ow!
Ooh.
Almost sunk the studio.
It had to.
Almost,
It almost sunk the studio. They saved themselves by focusing on television series,
Okay.
which you will know because they are the studio behind Inspector Gadget.
Really?
Yeah, Eek the Cat.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Alright,
Which
now-
one of the other ones? Beetlejuice, the animated
Oh,
series.
man.
let me see.
That totally makes sense in retrospect, given
Yeah.
the...
Babar.
Really?
Yeah, Babar. They did Babar.
Man, they just have the whole gamut from...
They also did, what was it? It was, Magic School Bus.
Really?
That was them, yeah.
No. This is the same company, animation studio and all, that gave us this psychedelic, dystopian 80s rock opera and Miss Frizzle and her transforming school bus.
And the iguana, don't forget the iguana.
Can't forget the iguana.
Yeah, can't forget that.
They also worked on Little Bear for Nickelodeon. They did The Adventures of Tintin.
Okay.
Rupert the Bear.
Oh.
Remember that? With the little English white little bear?
You're blowing my mind here, man.
They also did the Pippi Longstocking animated
really?
movie, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so they've had a lineup of amazing animated TV shows, and one bomb of a animated film.
Well, here's the thing. The film itself bombed in America for several reasons.
I can probably list some of them right now.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to the structural stuff. But to get the background of it, you have to understand a couple of things.
What's that?
What we saw was the American version.
Oh.
There's another version?
The Canadian version.
The Canadian version?
The Canadian version actually has a different actor for the voice of one of the characters.
Really?
Has a different ending, and has scenes cut. Scenes that were cut from this version we saw. Now, the reason we'll watch the American version is that's the version that's most prevalent.
Okay.
When it was released in America in 1983-ish, I think it was a slight delay between when it was released in America and when it was released in Canada. But the original name was changed. It was called Rock and Roll in Canada, but when it was released in America originally, it was called Ring of Power.
Ring of Power.
Yeah.
One ring to rule them all? One ring to bind them?
One ring to suck horribly to the point where it bombed at the box office and was quickly forgotten, basically.
Evidently, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, how does rings even remotely relate to anything? I mean, there was the opening bit.
The opening scene where he talks about the ring. That's the only reference I can make. But, so this was done because studios, a lot of studio interference from MGM.
Oh, really?
Who released it in America.
Oh.
A lot of interference from them. Omar, the lead guitarist and singer in the band, well, he was recast because the actor from the Canadian version, the MGM said, no, we want somebody with more name recognition. So they got somebody else. In all honesty, I can give you his name. Let me see. Well, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
So
in a minute.
It got really screwed over because marketing when it was supposed to be come over to America. The people who were in charge of it for MGM changed hands.
So not only do you have marketing gain its claws into the artistic process, but you also have the initial team for marketing changing over, so you're just left with a massive cluster of problems by that point.
One would say even a clusterfuck.
Quite literally. So yes, that's the background for this story. But they pulled themselves through, and the studio is very famous. I mean, you may not know them by name right off the top of your head, but you will recognize it.
You already basically gave us a list of some of their most famous animated series, and it's like, they worked on that?
They almost worked on an animated series for Doctor Who.
What?
Yes.
What?
There was a project at one point to make an animated version of Doctor Who. Now, this will be posted on the screen later, but here's a little image for it.
Oh,
what?
Yeah,
okay.
It's Tom Baker. Tom Baker, right? That's
the
it's clearly
fourth
Tom
Doctor.
Baker, the Fourth Doctor, and they were going to make that, but it never came out of basic concept sketches and everything. That's as far as it got.
Your lost Whovians, or
no kidding.
Maybe their blessing. You never know.
Well, I don't know. Their TV shows are pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Canadian TV shows, they do so much animation over there.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
It's surprising. If you were, a kid growing up in the '90s and big into the cartoons, and then you watch, you could definitely tell the difference between something that was, an American production and, Canadian or had other influences.
Or like when you see more, another version is, what's that one series? Miraculous Ladybug or something.
Yeah,
That one's French.
Yeah,
But it's also done by Toei Animation.
Yeah, it's
And a lot of influence from American comics. The whole backstory for that one. That's something I think we should get to eventually.
Yeah,
But,
I'd love to do a partnership on that one because the history for that has interesting collaboration and concept. But anyways, we're not here to focus on
just the
ladybugs
company
and whatnot. We're here to rock and roll. Hashtag name drop.
Oh,
Kind of, sort of,
Sort of.
maybe. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
so
know. Well,
let's get to the story at hand.
let's get
Go
to
right
that.
ahead.
Yeah, good
So-
luck explain that.
The world has ended,
Of course.
but life continues.
Gasp.
From the ashes of World War III, a race of mutants arise.
X-Men?
Not that type of mutant. It's
Oh,
not that
man.
cool. I know, it's be disappointing. No Wolverine. That's what this movie needed. More Hugh Jack. It needed Hugh Jackman.
That would have saved it.
That would have. Yes.
Surrey and McKellen too.
Sir Ian McKellen,
Oh,
Patrick
yes.
Stewart. I mean, the list goes
the
on.
list goes on, but
Alan Cumming.
A little Halle Berry, maybe?
I wouldn't say no to that.
wouldn't say no, but yeah. So we have this race of
Mutants based off cats and other animals like that.
Cats, dogs,
Rats. Yeah.
Yeah, which
Moles. I think Dizzy, the drummer, was supposed to be a mole. That's what he looked like.
Well, we'll just go with basic rodents.
Rodents and stuff like
but the definition in terms of mutants seems to vary the longer the movie tends to go on. Because there's definitely points where like, okay, you're the mutation of
what? Exactly?
several or possibly several different creatures that just started interbreeding somehow.
Well, it's been going on for thousands of years. But the basic premise of the story is
Yeah.
Moog, the super rocker.
Yo, the Magic Man.
The Magic Man himself. Or, as his actual name is, but they never reveal his full name in the movie, he is credited as Moog Swagger.
Moog Swagger.
The Magic Man.
That's an amazing last name.
Oh, I
Okay.
know. It's awesome.
Okay, we thought.
And let's face it, the guy does have swag.
He makes this film.
yeah.
He steals the show.
He is actually my favorite character in the
It's
film.
like it's like an evil combination of Mick Jagger and David Bowie blended
I would
together.
actually say an evil version of Freddie Mercury and David Bowie.
that
Okay,
yeah,
I can see
yeah.
Freddie Mercury, but it's funny you should mention that because the studio originally wanted David Bowie,
Oh.
Tim Curry,
Whoa!
Michael Jackson,
Michael!
Mick Jagger, or Sting to voice him, but they couldn't get them.
Oh.
Well, you know what? That probably saved their careers anyway.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, well, here's the thing, though. You know who else? Here's another film that Michael Jackson was almost cast in.
What?
Labyrinth.
Really?
He was originally considered for the role of the Goblin King.
What?
No
yes.
way!
So just imagine that now. And I'm sorry, I love the movie Labyrinth. I love David Bowie, one of my all-time favorite singers, slash human being, slash star child.
Yeah.
But just imagine if Michael Jackson had done that film.
Oh, man.
Dance, labyrinth dance. I'm sorry, bad my.
No, it's
No, that was appropriate. That was called for.
That was appropriate.
So here's the thing, though. He was modeled
Oh.
after Mick Jagger, Iggy Pop, David Bowie, some of Tim Curry. You can definitely tell with the mouth.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Tim
Yeah.
Curry.
Oh yeah.
And a cat.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
seriously, whenever he's like and he's like what is the word when you just like I'm blanking on the word. What is it? The when you're like using your mouth to just like make faces.
Emoting.
Not emoting.
No,
Expressing?
No, it's when you make ridiculous face. It's when you're just. There's a term for it. I can't think of the name.
mind blocks. They
Yeah,
happen.
it's annoying. Whatever. So whenever he's just making these weird faces,
Yeah.
you can definitely tell. It looks like a cat yawning. His mouth
Yeah.
looks like it's
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
trying to get away from his face.
This is where, I mean, spoiler alert, I don't much care for the film, but this is where the animation does actually shine, when it
Yeah.
just sort of overdoes things.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
over the top and ridiculous. But in terms of animation,
Yeah.
for the time when this came out, this was some quality animation.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Oh yeah.
And I find it really surprising because it was really early. This was started in the 1970s. This film project started in 1970.
And when was it released?
1983.
I can kind of see that because it does have sort of the holdover from, in terms of, I guess, the color palette and shading of, the late 70s. But then it was just transitioning into the 80s, which had a little bit more fluidity to their characters.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But but here's the thing that should stand out.
What?
The demon at the end, how that is where the money was spent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The CG. It used really early primitive CG in it.
Like Tron level of CG.
Very Tron level.
I'd say this is even before Tron. This is like Tron would be considered like 8-bit graphics. This would just be like
it was only used for like a couple of scenes here and there.
Only a couple, because
that's all they could afford.
I mean, on a budget of $8 million, even at that time, that is that's expensive. But so yeah. By the way, spoiler alert: there is a demon in this movie, along with a lot of their
Satanism imagery, satanic imagery, a lot of
inverted
it.
crosses,
pentagrams,
number of the devil.
Oh yeah, but so. Moog, the magic man, is hunting for a voice that he can use to unlock a demon from another realm and bring it into this world. But what is his reasoning? Why does he want to do this?
Why?
Because his last concert didn't sell out entirely.
So you're telling me that he's trying to bring out Satan himself because he's throwing a hissy fit?
He is an egotistical maniac.
He's a narcissist, basically.
Yes, he is a straight-up narcissist. Especially during that one scene with him and the character Angel.
Yeah.
Where she says, just you and me. We can be together. And he's like, me.
Okay.
Me. I get that. I kind of got that just generally watching the film. I was, trying to pay attention, but I can kind of see why another reason possibly why this movie didn't do so well is in terms of the audio levels. It's
the audio is a big problem with this film.
The music is
spot on,
but it's right in your face. It covers out, it blankets any dialogue. So if you're trying to pay attention to story progression, good luck with that.
You could thank the folks at MGM for that.
Oh,
well, that was another interference, according to commentary on the DVD.
Okay.
As I said, this is early version that we got.
Yeah.
So this is the early American version.
Yeah.
This is actually from a bootleg. From early 90s, I'd say. The film you're watching, what we saw today, was an early one. Now, as I said, the Canadian version the audio is a lot better.
Okay.
And the problem is, though, the original print of the film was lost in a fire.
Oh, no!
Oh, what?
But they were able to get, for the re-release, they released a 25-year anniversary DVD, 2-disc special, making of all the history and stuff, interviews and all that fun stuff. And they were able to take get the whole thing off of an old VHS tape from Canada.
Oh.
So they got the original version, but they didn't get the original print.
Okay.
So
something's better than nothing, I guess.
Oh yeah,
but
and they've gone back and they've touched it up. So the DVD itself, which I've been meaning to just hunt down,
probably worth quite a bit.
Not really. I mean, it's on Amazon right now for
this does
like $30.
Yeah, this thing does scream cult classic. So I imagine.
The basic DVD is $21.99.
Okay,
but
that's
the
a reasonable
collector's
price.
edition, which is the 2-disc one with all the special features and everything, $89.99.
Okay, that's the moneymaker right there.
Yeah, let me just double check this. Actually, there's another version.
Oh,
there is another version. Oddly enough,
does this version come with its own pentagram and demon summoning tune?
No, this one comes with
this is the Blu-ray. The 25-year Blu-ray is $23.99. If you're Prime, it's $19.01 or something.
Oof.
Yeah.
Does it come with your own joint?
It comes with fold-outs for the pentagram, probably.
Just a word to the wise for anyone that is curious and looking into this movie. You might want to. Again, we don't condone mind-enhancing substances, but you might
Mock
be better.
does.
Well, Mock does apparently, but
No kidding.
you might want to maybe get a little something in your system before watching.
Have a good drink.
Yeah.
You know, just get relaxed.
For a good time, a good snort, and pop in this film.
Oh yeah, that's another thing prevalent throughout this entire
Drug
film.
use.
Oh,
Drug use, sex, drugs. It really captured that, that sleazy essence
of the time. It
Yeah,
really
yeah.
gets that across.
Even of the whole rock and roll's subgenre, which is
yeah.
the lifestyle.
Yeah,
it gets that across pretty well. The film is flawed. I will admit that.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
flawed film. I have a special place in my heart for it because I just find it amusing.
Yeah.
But it is a flawed film. But as I said, the story. Mock is looking for a voice to unlock this.
Yeah.
And he's in Town.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
So he's in Town, his hometown. More on that in a minute. But, so he goes to this club looking for this voice. And he's got this ring that he's designed to shine whenever the proper voice is around.
Yes.
And this character called Angel is singing with her band. Lead singer is Omar.
Omar.
Oh.
Then there's
Now
Dizzy on the drums and Stretch on backup guitar, was he? Or
Like bass, I would say.
bass or something? Yeah, bass.
Yeah.
And Angel on guitar.
And keyboard.
And keyboard, yes. She did
Guitar,
both.
keyboard.
Is there really? What is the difference between a guitar and a
I think
a
a
keyboard?
guitar has like more things to it.
Yeah.
Like you've got like that whole the whole keys right here, and you've got like the neck right
Okay.
here, and I think there's like some more things on the neck.
Shows how much I know about music.
Again,
Yeah.
theater students.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So-
I mean, I don't know. The guitar has kind of been.
I haven't seen one used in years.
Exactly.
I think since the 80s.
It's a product of the 80s.
Oh,
Exactly.
entirely.
And some modern cartoons that try to revive that concept, even though
Bob's Burger, I think one of
Yeah.
the minor characters in an episode had a guitar at some point.
yeah.
I don't know. But, so Angel is with the band, and Omar is singing his song. Now, Omar, we have to state, is voiced by, let's see, in the American version, it's
Yeah.
Paul Lamette.
Okay.
He was most famous for playing John Milner from American Graffiti.
Oh.
And Mick Mahone in American History X.
Oh.
Okay.
Funny story. I once
Oh.
bought a copy of American History X
Yeah.
at a resale shop, VHS. I've been
Yeah.
meaning to watch this film. Pull it out. It was taped shut. So I get home. I pull it out, pop it in. Somebody's wedding video was on. Our precious memory. I'm like, well, I wasn't expecting to see that with American History X.
Son of a bitch.
I know.
Yeah.
Lovely
Interesting.
wedding, though. I will say that. So, in the Canadian version, he was voiced by Greg Slatella, who, in all honesty, minor voice actor, not really much to his credit.
Okay.
The reason they went with a new voice actor for the American version,
Yeah.
they wanted name recognition.
Yeah.
So that's like slapping on Will Smith to voice a fish or something.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Basically.
They did.
Yeah,
They
I
did.
know.
They should
Pain
have.
and suffering.
They did.
Pain and suffering.
Uh,
But here's the interesting thing.
What's that?
The singing voice
Oh.
is Robin Zedar, the lead singer of Cheap Trick.
Hey.
Yep, and you can definitely tell.
That's how we're going to shoehorn this in, eh? That's how
yeah.
we're going to shoehorn these bands in.
Oh, there's a lot of bands in this.
there's a lot. Actually, some of them very, very successful.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Angel herself, the lead singer, her singing voice is done by Debbie Harry of Blondie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I noticed that there was a credit for Earth, Wind, and Fire. In
Yeah.
there.
Oh
I was
yeah,
about
in
to say
Club
that.
666.
Okay.
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 That whole music that was party or something.
Yeah.
That was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay. Okay.
And Mock himself, his singing voice
Yeah.
is Lou Reed from the Velvet Underground.
Oh.
And I gotta say, he has one of the best songs in the movie.
I am Mock.
Yes, that
Yes,
is
I am
awesome.
Mock.
This is starting to sound like the '80s version of for a cult classic game of last console generation, Metalocalypse.
Oh no, you're thinking of
Brutal Legend.
Brutal Legends.
Oh,
yeah, I mean-
Jack Black by Double Fine Productions.
It was
Yeah.
This feels like the film version of that genre. I mean,
Only not done as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
got its, as I said, it's got its faults. It's not a perfect film. I do enjoy it though. It's one of those films I could throw on and just have it on in the background and watch every
Yeah.
so often.
Yeah. Or riff on.
Yeah, it's so much you can riff on. You really can.
Oh yeah. Like how the backstory, which is delivered in pseudo Star Wars text scroll with some odd paragraph spacing,
Yeah.
stating that there were mutations and cats, dogs, and rats, but throughout the film you see actual
Cats,
cats,
dogs, and rats.
Well, here's the thing. That text scroll
Yeah.
was added to the American version.
Oh,
That
really?
was not in the original Canadian version.
For God's sakes, America, stop making everything worse.
I mean, I think it was. Well, the thing is, they restate a lot in the because originally the Canadian version just opened up with Mock driving in the limousine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And him talking to the computer.
Yeah.
Which explains what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Which seems redundant with the
intro,
prologue.
Yeah.
Because that is just restating everything you just learned, basically.
Yeah.
That's a trope that drives me out of my mind, not only in Western cartoons, but especially in anime, particularly shonen genre, where state your attack. Oh, now you have to explain the attack. Then state your attack again, and the history. And
yeah.
That's a problem with shonen anime in general.
Yeah, that's...
But yeah, so
More on that later.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
more on that. So Omar is singing his song, and they get kicked off stage.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then he threatens the owner of the club with his guitar.
His finger guitar, which he uses to finger.
It looks like he's going to town on that guitar.
Just be grateful
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
a fist-sized hole, otherwise he'd be fisting it.
Yeah,
You guys are going
Omar is a character I did not like
Yeah.
I agree with you. He is a prick through and through.
until the very end.
Where he has a change of heart
Yeah.
because he listened to it instead of his eyes and blah 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 blah.
You know what? You know what Omar kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of a douchey version of Max from a Goofy movie.
Yeah.
I could so see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, geez, at least Max had that endearing quality of he's awkward socially, but he has
He has
legitimate redeeming
Yeah, he
qualities.
has some redeeming qualities.
He also has good intents as well.
Yeah, Omar is just a guy who has some talent, but his general demeanor is
Just
that of the 80s washed up rocker.
I'm against the world because of reasons.
Yeah, he's not even no reasons are ever given. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But he's also got one hell of an ego, and he just
God, yeah.
doesn't want to give up an inch of anything
Yeah.
to Angel, who says, "Listen, I want to sing one of my songs."
In all honesty, she is the actual hero of this story.
Oh, she
Oh,
is.
yeah.
She is the straight up hero. She does not wait around to get rescued at any
No.
point, does
No,
she?
she, with the help of like the most ugliest creature ever,
Yeah.
makes her escape. She finds out the villain's plan. She goes to actually thwart the villain's plan.
She's the hero.
She is.
Which I gotta admit, for an '80s film like this, to
Yeah.
have the main hero basically be this woman,
Yeah.
that was rather surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially for something that's not aimed at kids.
No.
Oh, no,
So,
not
I mean,
at all.
I will say that. Now, does she do it in a skimpy outfit at the end?
Yes.
But that's to do with the rock and roll motif. Thank you.
Yeah. It's but yeah, I feel like the film tries to highlight the hang on, words.
It's
using,
coming. It's all right.
Yeah, but it tries to show like the rise and stardom from being like borderline subterranean garage level band
yeah.
to this triple A mega star and
Well, it was kind of brushed over in all honesty.
Yeah.
But this is a film. Now, we're not talking much about what goes on in it. We're talking about mostly just bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Because this is a film I want people to see.
Yeah.
I think it's a cult classic in my opinion.
Yeah.
it's something you need to watch to really enjoy.
Yeah.
It's not perfect, but it's enjoyable in my opinion.
What I feel people watching would probably find most entertaining. Definitely not the story or the characters or the voice acting, but the visuals.
The visuals are great.
Yeah.
The visuals are best experienced when high.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like like one of those adaptations of Dr. Seuss, early adaptations of Dr. Seuss. You know, like How the Grinch Stole Christmas or the
Grinch Night.
Yeah, that
That one was good. I like that one.
Yeah, there is. I mean, and there are specific points in the film that are, you know, original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the tunnel scene.
Oh.
Yeah.
There is some, especially when the demon comes out.
Yeah.
Oh, with the babies.
Oh,
just
okay.
like that.
What the hell was up with that?
I don't know.
Because it's basically like there's this demon crawling out of the tunnel, and then suddenly it just starts vomiting these like decrepit-looking human babies.
Well, the whole thing, if you watch when it first comes out, is made up of hundreds of like humanoid creatures. That fuse into one big thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, that creature, that you could definitely see where the money was spent.
Oh yeah.
Which leads to something that happens in Nuke York.
Oh yeah.
You heard right, folks. Nuke York.
Nuke York.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they go to New York to perform a show.
Yeah.
Mock does to perform a show to summon this demon.
Yeah.
At Carnegie Hall.
Carnegie,
Kind of like Carnegie Hall, but Carnage instead.
Yes.
Yeah, but of course they're mispronouncing it so that it still sounds like Carnegie
Hall,
so...
but it's spelt the same way. Now here's the thing. They don't show you that concert. They show you the aftermath, which annoyed me.
Yeah.
Because I had flashbacks to 2014's Godzilla, which I will save for another rant. But
pay us for that rant.
Oh god, that's a special thing.
Here's the thing. I believe there is something to the whole let your imagination fill in the blanks and whatnot. I mean, that used to be a trope, a staple, if you will, of a lot of the very earliest theater. Because I mean,
no, I'm not saying that there's a time and place for stuff like that, but there's also something called a cock tease.
Yeah.
And that was that. I'm sorry. It's like, here's something epic and cut away.
And here's the aftermath.
Wasn't that awesome?
Yeah. There is such a merit to having something that is show not tell.
Yes. And
Because
when it's a visual medium,
yeah,
you show.
Yeah.
You don't tell.
Exactly. You can explain what happened afterwards, which then connect the dots for us, the audience.
And helps.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of showing and telling and cock teasing, there is later on in the movie quite a bit of fan disservice.
Cinderella.
Oh, please, no.
Let's not think of her.
Please, I'm gonna have nightmares.
You know what? Let's have a little clip.
Oh, okay.
How about a little musical clip from one of my favorite scenes, I Am Mock. I want to have a little clip from that, because that was one of my favorite scenes.
Well, then why not?
All right.
My name is Mark, thanks a lot. I know you love the fame I've got. You've never seen the likes of me. Why, I'm the biggest thing since World War III, girls.
His name is Mark, thanks a lot. You think he's acting, but he's not.
My name is Mark, I'm on fire. I'm the match, and I'm the pyre. I'm the voodoo black musician, priest, why, I'm the greatest thing since World War III, girl.
Okay, now wasn't that cool?
That was trippy.
I'm gonna need some time to manage that hangover. Jeez.
I wanna find a better version of it though. I really do. I think I'm gonna try and hunt down the DVD eventually because I want to hear like a good quality version of that song because I like Lou Reed.
Because the music, the instrumental, really overpowered the lyrics.
Vocal. Oh yeah, and I mean Lou Reed is a great vocalist.
Yeah,
he was an astounding singer for Velvet Underground, and his own solo work was just amazing. It was sad that he passed, what was it, a year or so ago?
I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he passed shortly before David Bowie did. I think it was like, let's see, last year. No, let me see.
David Bowie passed away this
year, so
Yeah.
that'd be last year, like a
Yeah.
year or two ago now.
Yeah.
Because
Well, they're both on a cosmic journey right now.
yes, they are.
They're both stars in the skies.
Yeah.
But we forgot somebody else who's in this.
Oh boy.
We've
Yeah.
mentioned Debbie Harry. We've mentioned Lou Reed.
Yeah.
Iggy Pop, the voice of the demon,
Oh,
with his
yeah.
song "Pain and Suffering,"
Ooh.
which was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a nice one. Here's the thing: I don't think this ever got an official soundtrack,
Oh.
Huh.
but Angel's song,
Yeah.
the one she uses to send the demon back
Yeah.
and all that. Well, that was actually re-recorded
Oh.
into a song that Debbie Harry actually used on one of her albums.
Oh.
Huh.
Yeah, it was called, let me see, Maybe for Sure.
Maybe for sure.
Yes, and we're
Okay.
going to play a little sample of that, so you could, actually, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's play a sample of Angel's song from the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
And
then.
then we're going to discuss that, and then we'll have you listen to the next one.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Ready.
Now for all you'll ever know that you've never seen me, and someday you're gonna show what your wild desire is. Now I only set the stage, focus lights on me. I make sure the power's on. I'm the scenery.
Okay, so what did you guys think of that, of the song from the movie?
It's the one that sticks with me the most.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it really
it's-
does.
It is. Angel's voice, combined with her animation, I feel like her animation is probably the best. All the other characters, they're extremely fluid, but at the same time they're so erratic and outlandish that. But then you have Angel, who's just sort of like the center pole of
Well, she's
sanity.
the angel
Yeah,
of the movie.
Yeah.
She's also, in our opinion, the actual hero. And for me, she is the one who is the most human.
Yeah.
Very
Which
much
helps
so.
me to relate with her more than, say, Omar, who is a prick.
Yeah.
And Stretch, who is the...
Stretch.
He's like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
yeah, he's pretty much...
with less brains.
Yeah,
and with less appeal to his character.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, I think the only other character who I could say was actually redeemable was Dizzy the drummer.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
was by far the smartest of the guys in the...
And the most genre-savvy,
Oh, yeah,
too.
he was.
True.
He was great, because he actually saw what was happening and just like, this is a bad idea, we should leave,
Yeah.
and all this other stuff. He avoided getting stuck in the drug pit, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That everyone else got stuck in it.
And he's basically like crawling around on the ground and it's like, oh, this is really, really bad. I gotta get Angel and get us out of here.
Yeah, it's.
He saves their bacon quite a few times.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's-
he's the duotagonist.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that in a film like this, yeah, you're gonna have characters that fall into the background wayside, but they kind of shouldn't be ones that are integral to the protagonist and helping them try to achieve their goals too.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's been
He was also the voice of reason throughout most of the film.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, so again, like I said, it's not so much the characters or their voices I'm going for, it's the visuals. And Angel, I feel, was a nice contrast against the grimy anarchy that was
The rest of the
Yeah.
characters,
Yeah.
basically.
the rest of the entire film. I mean,
Yeah.
especially when you get to New York. And
So
Oh,
much
man.
going on.
Yeah.
The design of New York is basically like Los Angeles but worse.
uh,
Because there is this
Oh,
thick soup of a smog
I
that
could
just hangs over
see,
it.
like, 1970s New York.
yeah,
Like,
back
a la The Warriors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mixed
Oh,
with
yeah.
Blade Runner to some degree.
to some.
There's no like techno pyramid in
No,
New York.
no techno period, but I mean, like, just the street level stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Okay.
Street level.
Still,
But,
everything can be better with a techno pyramid.
Oh, yeah, we know that, that's for sure. Oh, but, yeah, we gotta talk about the song that was made into.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
let's,
Yeah.
let's take a quick listen to that.
Okay.
Love is what we hope.
So yeah, you can definitely hear the original beat to it, and and the music.
Yeah.
The lyrics change it up quite a bit. I kind of like the movie version better.
Yeah.
It's got something to it. It's cheesy, but I like it.
Yeah.
As is the nature of a lot of the, pop culture, music of the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I just thought of?
What?
Oh.
You know what it kind of reminds me of a
What?
little bit?
What?
Bubblegum Crisis.
Oh,
In terms of
no.
the band,
Yeah.
and then they have the mech suits and everything.
Oh, gee. Well, I'm pretty sure if this movie had been a financial success and the studios wanted to keep going with it, they probably would have said, we need to up it more. What can we do?
Gem of the holograms!
Robots. Gem of the holograms in mech suit robots.
Oh,
Laser
God.
battles.
That actually does sound pretty cool.
Yeah,
I-
actually.
I-
Would have been a better film that way, too.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I actually thought she did a pretty solid voice job with the singing. It's Debbie Harry from Blondie. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah,
She was a great singer. She is a great singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can
She's not
definitely...
dead yet.
I
No,
can
not
definitely
yet,
see
no.
how this film would inspire, other, cultural phenomena, that would come down later. Like, I know Akira drew. It draws a lot of other influences from other dystopian films. But
Yeah.
you can. There was definitely a lot at play with the biology of.
Oh,
the
computer.
The computer,
Oh,
the
that was-
satanic computer, which is, for lack of better terms, kind of like a very, very deformed version of Mother Brain from Metroid.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. If you guys have played Gradius, you'll understand what we're
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about.
I actually love the imagery in this film.
The
There is
imagery
some
and the
great
animation
imagery.
is spot on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the editing that was done to the original film for the American version that
Yeah.
really did it in.
It really is. And I think, there was a change to the ending, which, depending on how you look at it, kind of feels like a cop-out, or feels
What
like...
happened?
Well, there's a character who dies in the end.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
yeah.
you know the one.
Yeah,
No spoiler. We're not going to mention
No
who.
spoilers.
But in the Canadian version, he pops up at the very end, just like, "Hey, everybody, I'm okay."
Well,
And that
Huh.
seems like something that the American audience would have had tacked on,
yeah.
but that was left out of the American version.
Huh.
So I just thought that was weird.
Yeah, that is weird because a lot of American changes in censorship would tend to try to make something like that more family friendly. But this,
Oh, yeah.
they're just.
Well, keep in mind, this isn't a family film.
Oh,
It's
no.
an
I'm
adult
not.
film.
I'm not. But
Here's something else to consider.
What's that?
This was inspired by a previous film they did.
Oh.
and that would be.
Oh, well, not film, but short, I guess you could say.
Okay.
It was. Let me see if I can pull up the name of it. The Devil and Danielle Mouse.
What?
Yeah, it was an animated TV special
Yeah.
called The Devil and Daniel's Mouse, and it is actually a pretty interesting little film.
Huh.
Yeah, it's had the same director. Now, here's something I do want to mention,
Yeah.
because this ties into a director I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
This was directed by Clive A. Smith.
Clive A. Smith.
Yes. Now, this film is very commonly, mistakenly, people attribute this film to Ralph Bakshi.
Oh.
I can definitely.
You can
see
definitely
that.
see why.
Yeah.
But here's the reason why.
What's that?
This film had barely any, when it was released in America, as I said,
Yeah.
didn't get a huge release, did not make a lot of money.
Yeah.
It was released on both VHS and Laserdisc.
Uh-huh.
All right? But the only way to get a copy of the VHS was a bootleg that was shipped around at conventions.
Oh.
And there was a typo on it.
Oh.
The typo was who directed it. So, for the longest time, a lot of people thought this was directed by Ralph Bakshi, but he didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, Clive A. Smith, he has done... He's worked with, let me see, Born in England. He worked on stuff for animated series with the Beatles and the Lone Ranger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the Lone Ranger stuff.
Well, I mean, if you're starting off with the Beatles, I mean, the only
Yeah.
way to go. He
he also directed Family Dog for Tim Burton,
Oh.
which was, you remember that animated show?
Uh,
Vaguely.
Vaguely,
it's something we'll have to look into eventually.
Yeah.
And he also worked on, well, as I said, the Devil and Danielle Mouse.
Yes.
He also worked on A Cosmic Christmas.
I don't.
Oh, you've never heard of that one?
No.
I'm gonna have to show that to you.
Okay.
It's basically 3 aliens arrive after seeing a giant star.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Wait.
Oh,
Three aliens arrive after seeing a giant star.
Yes.
Are they bringing gifts?
Possibly.
Oh.
It's interesting. It's actually not a bad film. I remember
Okay.
seeing it when I was younger.
Don't let my mom know about this. She's a huge fan of Ancient Aliens. She would
Oh, it's not ancient. It's set in modern, 70s, I guess.
still don't let
Yeah.
her know about it.
But yeah,
We kings of Orient are
trying
we
to
smoke
smoke a rubber cigar. It was loaded and
And
exploded.
exploded.
Boom!
We three kings no more.
Oh, actually, I know a different version of that, but that's another time. But yeah,
Um,
as I said, it's attributed to that because that one is all about a mouse named Danielle making a deal with a lizard who's actually the devil
Because that's
to become a
always-
rock
yeah,
star.
Because that's how it always works.
Oh,
out.
yeah.
yeah, that's something that struck me while we were watching Rock and Roll. I felt like this was kind of like the movie 9 from
Oh,
yeah 7 years ago. It felt
Yeah.
like it would have worked better just as its own like standalone short film as opposed to a full length feature.
There are sections you could easily cut from this film, and
yeah.
you know what I would really like to see?
What's that?
I could definitely see something like this being remade.
Yeah.
Okay, now just bear with me. So we have to recast it. Who would you recast, like rock stars from today and whatnot?
I'm
Trying to think, like who could you get to play? What type of person would be Mock?
Maybe Ringo Starr.
No, I can't say Ringo Starr because I don't think Ringo's got the ego.
Yeah.
I would have to say Kanye West.
I go with
yeah.
I go with Kid Rock.
You know what?
Yeah,
I could see that too.
Yeah.
I definitely could. I just don't think he's that smart. Now, no offense to people who like Kid Rock. I like some of his music.
He's a
I'm
great
just not
businessman.
I'm not
Yeah.
just a fan of him as a person.
Yeah.
I like his. I will say this. I have respect for his music, some of it.
Eh.
I just don't care for him.
Anyways, for Omar, I feel like if this were to ever be remade, he would need a complete character overhaul.
Oh, God,
Along
yeah.
with
Oh,
the
yeah.
new-
Oh, God, yeah.
yeah.
Though,
So
if you could get like a band that I could think could do a good job, like to get like in the vein of like Cheap Trick, Cage the Elephant. I actually really like them.
I love Cage the Elephant, man.
I would love to hear some of their music to something like this. Oh, and the club scene.
Yeah.
Instead of Earth, Wind, and Fire,
Oh.
Daft Punk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And-
See,
yeah.
I'm not sure you might be able to get them on board, but
well,
They
this
need
is-
to make an on-screen appearance.
This is like dream casting. I mean, come on, we can all have our little fun little fantasies like this.
Now, if it were to be remade,
Yeah.
would you want it animated? And how would you want it animated?
Yeah.
That's the tricky thing because this is such a product of its time.
Yeah,
And I could definitely see it. I could now if it was to be animated, it would have to be done by the proper studio.
Yes.
And that would be tricky.
Do you have one in mind?
Off the top of my head,
Western animation studios feel like they've just been either folding in on themselves or just
lately it's hard to tell. I think they'd have to go underground artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd have, in all honesty, they'd really have to. If this was to ever be remade, they would have to go underground artists and underground studios.
Nothing's wrong with that.
No, nothing.
Some of my favorite animations,
Actually,
Western animations from recent years have been, underground like fan animations and other personal creations that have, they've had like 5, maybe 10 minutes, but they've been working on it for like
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, years.
I could say possibly a European studio I could see doing some good work with this in terms of
Maybe
their animation.
a studio from Japan.
Eh,
Because a lot of animation is actually shipped over
to
shipped
Japan.
over,
A lot of it
yeah.
is, yes. But I'm thinking more on the lines of like, I don't want to say there's some. I can't think of the studio over in like Europe. There's a couple of really good studios over there that do some quality work.
Yeah.
I could see them doing it. Like, what was that film? Chico and Rita.
Chico and Rita.
Oh, it's a great
yeah.
film about some Cuban immigrants.
Oh.
And really, really good love story. Touching and sad. I mean,
I remember
it's very
hearing
good.
about that. Yeah,
I think
but,
it won was nominated for an Oscar or something.
Yeah,
I gotta look into that some more.
but
Okay.
But yeah, this is all hypothetical.
Yeah. Well,
with,
who would you cast as Angel?
Okay.
Let's see. Who would we recast as Angel?
Unfortunately, I am not that in depth with the rock subculture, so I don't really know anyone. I mean, the only bands that I've been listening to are like the really out there bands such as Nightwish and Camelot.
I'm not familiar with Camelot. I like Nightwish.
Camelot spelled with a K, because you know that
Of
they're
course.
on the edge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Please listen to their song "Center of the Universe." It's really good.
Okay, I have to look into that one.
I mean,
to think like, what's the lead? Who's the lead singer of Florence and the Machine?
oh yeah.
Again,
I
I
think
don't
she
know.
could do a good job. I mean, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, there's so many alternative rock groups nowadays.
There's a lot of them
so
out there. So I mean, I'm
it's-
just trying to think of like a really.
I don't know.
It's a tough one. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a fun little thing to think.
Yeah,
about.
but
That's kind of like the make it or break it moment.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you'd have to get someone really good for that.
so any aspiring fan animators or collaborative groups
Mm-hmm.
out there that want to bring this to light, just remember, Heavy Metal 2000 does exist. So
hey,
make this a reality.
Yeah,
Who
do
knows?
it. But I
What?
did mention earlier that this film has a connection that you guys might like.
Oh.
Oh yes, because this. Okay, let me see if I can pull it up. Novella,
Yeah.
the studio, has a planet named after it in the Star Wars series from Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Oh!
Yes.
Oh, what-
During chapters 23 to 25, Anakin Skywalker travels to a planet called Nevelan.
Nelvan.
Nelvaan. All right?
Nelvan.
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 Yes.
Okay, that sounds familiar. Keep going.
And the dog-like inhabitants
Uh-huh.
are modeled after the characters from Rock and Rule.
Oh.
Oh.
Now, is this in the Star Wars: The Clone Wars cartoon series?
Star Wars: The Clone Wars CG, I believe.
Okay, which episodes?
Wait, maybe no. I think it was the original. The original is 2D.
Oh.
I'm.
Oh, those guys! Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
it. Yeah,
okay.
now-
I forgot.
now-
I
now
forgot.
the wheels-
I think
now
we
it-
actually made reference to that planet in the
Yeah.
in our Star
Yeah,
Wars Clone Wars review.
Yeah, okay, it's the Tartakovsky version.
Yeah.
Yes, the Tartakovsky version.
Yeah, the 2D animated.
Yeah, is that the one where he? I'm trying to remember the exact episode.
Haute Cassette.
It's
Haute Cassette.
Yeah.
Haute
Haute
Cassette.
Cassette.
That one. That was it. That was
Ghost
it.
Hand. Yeah,
Yes.
that was.
That was actually a really good episode. I thought.
Yeah.
Like I said in the Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated podcast. If you listen to that, you'll get my opinion of it.
But I can definitely see how this would, be a nice little, reference point for other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You can
people-
definitely make
yeah.
some good points.
Oh yeah.
So, in conclusion,
Yes.
final thoughts. I rather enjoyed it. It has a special place in my heart. It's not a perfect film, but it's an enjoyably bad film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I didn't much like it because of the setbacks that it has. Omar is a prick.
Oh God,
Yeah.
He
yes.
is terrible.
Mhm.
That being said, the animation is actually really good.
Mhm.
The art is also really good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I actually really like the characters of Mach and Angel.
Oh
Yeah.
They're both really good characters. Angel is clever and is never just the damsel in distress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, she finds her way out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Mach is just out there.
He is just
yeah.
Tim
it's-
Curry level of crazy off the wall villain goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
definitely.
I want to touch on one last thing.
Yeah.
Because this was I thought was really cool. Mach is voiced by
Bye.
oh shit, where did I put it? Don Frankis.
Now, what has he done?
He is famous for being the first voice of Boba Fett from the Star Wars Christmas special.
Oh my
no,
God.
no.
And Sabretooth from the original X-Men cartoon from the 90s.
Oh my God!
And
There's more?
oh yes, he is also the father of voice actress Cree Summers, number 5 from Kids Next Door, and Susie Carmichael from Rugrats, and she was the original voice for Penny from the Inspector Gadget series.
God.
Yes.
Wow.
I wish we had.
There's a reason I like Mock now.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I wish we had a camera right now filming Will's reactions.
it's
because
priceless. It's
like,
like-
it's lighting up here.
It's just pure joy.
It's Christmas in
Yeah.
And
October.
he it's Christmas and he just got an N64.
Oh.
But anyways, my personal take, aside from the art, I was kind of indifferent to the movie overall, but aside from a few static shots, mostly because their budget had probably been, spent by that point.
Yeah, you can
everything-
definitely tell.
Everything had this fluid motion to it, and I really just sort of didn't let my mind tune out all the story aspects and whatnot, and just sort of say, "Huh, this is a great trippy Pink Floyd take on the 80s." So
Yeah.
thank you very much, Stuart, for
Yes, thank you.
Hey, no problem. I just want to get this movie out there because I think it's a fun little film. It's not perfect, but it's something I think you should see at least once.
I recommend only once if you are the type that is prone to seizures.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's some
Please be careful when watching this if you have had a history of seizures.
yeah.
Please.
Or
careful
any
with that.
psychiatric disorders that might
be
have.
triggered by flashing lights.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
So yeah, rock and rule. It rocks. Doesn't quite rule, but it definitely has that underground garage scene grungy vibe. So
Well, what do we have in store for our listeners next time, my dear Will?
Well, if you tune in next time, you will get the chance to maximize or terrorize.
Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beast Wars are coming!
roar!